first we'll create a folder in Dropbox. I'll tell you how you can create. And one more thing, now just no, we'll go to Dropbox. This is my Dropbox home. I have already created a folder. You might not be having anything. Let's go to Postman. Okay. This is the post request for creating a folder. I think in this thing also I have given. And let me show you the API document first. Okay. In the demo section, you can see a link to the API document. Like how actually I have picked that, right? This is the API document for creating folder. Okay. So if I am opening there, see, Dropbox has all these facilities, right? Now all these features basically. Creating files, folders, and number of features. Now you want to create a application and you want to use Dropbox APIs. Okay. How you will know what is the endpoint, what you need to pass in the header, what you need to pass in the body, and what exactly it will return. So contract means like your parameters, right? So suppose you are expecting data like path, for example, in this particular folder creation. To create a folder, you need a path. That information is not there. Obviously, you will not be able to use it, right? What they generally do when they create a API, they create a specification document for that particular API. You consider this as a specification for the API. Seen might be general feature specification, right? So where like, you will get information like what that feature is supposed to do or what it should not do, what kind of error message it will throw if you are doing some negative testing. So similar way for APIs, we have API documentation. So as a best practice, when someone is actually developing an API, they should give all these details to to the team basically, right? Who will be using it or who will be testing it. So you are a backend developer, right? So who will be the consumer of the backend developer? Obviously the front end guys and the testers, right? Yes. So both need to know the contract, right? So front end, in the front end, if you want to integrate it, you need to know what is the endpoint, what is header, data, everything you need to know, basically. And as a testing person from a testing team, also you need this specification. Basically, you have to verify, whatever has been given in the contract is satisfied or not. That is the basic first positive scenario. See here, they have given one example also. So they have given, okay, this is post and this is the endpoint. They have given header, right? Authorization bearer, then your token, your header, content type, application JSON, and then the data, right? So this is the path and auto rename. They have given 2 parameters. Now suppose you have created your this thing, right? And then you are not sending the data. What will happen? So that is your contract basically. And suppose they have added a new parameter in the data, right? Path and auto rename is there and they have added a new parameter. If they are not updating this document, right? The consumers will know. In the consumer side, suppose you are already using this API and you are passing 2 parameters. Now, the third parameter is getting added. Your test or your code will break. And that is the actually purpose of contract testing. Since a third-party application, right? So, a third-party API. So, this is very, very important that you do the contract testing. Everything is fine as per the contract, whatever is there in the document, then you can do all your other tests. Yeah, here they have given all the details, like what should go in the header, what should go in the data, right? Accordingly, and what it returns basically. So they have given a sample of that also. You may get error. You will get error means what kind of error. So all the things they will actually mention here. So, once you have this information, right, you can go back to your Postman, and you can try to replicate that. You give the URL, then in the auth tab, you can select inherit auth from parent, and you can give the path where exactly you want to create the folder. I am creating under my API testing demo folder. Header, I think authorization is auto populated, right? Yeah, in the header, you have to add one more. Because basically is important. One is authorization and one is content type. Okay. I think you are set. Now you just send it. Go to your Dropbox and see if it has created or not. You can now you have a folder. Let's try to upload a simple file. There is a next documentation for file upload. Yeah. So if you see here, this is the endpoint. Yeah, files, then upload. You can see here what is the scope. In case if you are not giving that right permission and you are trying to upload a file, then you should get an error.
Oh.
Yes, that is the authorization check. Like, you are not authorized to write. You can try, playing with, like, later you can change the permission and try to, run that same API. So if you see the URL, this is again a post. Okay. Now you have some additional things here. Okay. First one is the header, same like that the token is needed. Second header is additional arguments, right? Dropbox API arguments. So what is those arguments are? If you see parameters section, right? They have given an example. I'll show you how to do that. These parameters will go in the header. Okay. The path is like, basically we have to give the path, right? Where the file you are going to save it, and a file name. You can give same name as the file you are uploading.
Okay.
Okay. And the mode and all, it's fine. You can as it is follow. Okay. And then another parameter, content type now is different. If you see, we will be sending a binary file. So in the curl, there is an option for data binary. That means curl command is sending this particular file, local underscore file.txt. You do it from Postman, you have to upload that file. Let's go to Postman now. Post request. You have to add additional parameters in the header. If you see here, they have also mentioned the file size. Do not use this to upload a file larger than 150 MB.
Okay.
Then you have to create a upload session with upload session start endpoint. Okay, so a small file you can create. Select type as binary. Upload that whatever file you want to upload, right? In the body, we are sending the entire file. And in the header, we are sending the information like where exactly we want to upload the file. So yeah, this is also important because if your functionality or your API you are testing has this file upload functionality, right? So you have to actually create it in this way. Click on, go to Dropbox and see if you are able to see that file. That's great. So at least we are able to now see how we can use the tokens and how we can use the APIs.